If you are looking for Ultimate Team coins, I have the place for you. Head on over to easymuckcoin.com where you can purchase coins for as little as $45 a mil. I did not stutter. Link is in the description. Use code GS for 5% off. Ladies and gentlemen, I can admit where I was wrong. It takes a big man to admit when he was wrong. Takes a big man to admit when he was wrong. We all know your boy Unc, the Puerto Rican Latin lover, is as large as they come. And I gotta admit, I was wrong. And I realized how wrong I was this early afternoon when I woke up. I woke up early this afternoon. I slept in a little bit, woke up at about 12:19 or something, a little over 12. And I was excited to take a look at the golden tickets. Now, a lot of the feedback has been golden tickets are awful. Absolutely awful. We don't like them. We don't want them. Who made these? They need to be banned immediately because they are absolutely awful. And I was like, you know what? You got to remember, and I still believe this. I still believe that, you can't really get upset at someone for making the item that they wanted. They were lucky enough to, and you got to figure it's 15 people, 20 people, however many golden tickets were available. Let's just say 20 out of the, I don't know how many people. You probably over six figures, right? You would like to think, oh yeah, especially both consoles, yeah, well over 100,000 people have tried to get. I mean, the chances of you being that lucky are so minuscule, and they made, the items that they wanted, not necessarily what the community would have liked. For example, the community would have liked, just throwing some names out there. If you went Michael Vick, Randy Moss, Bo Jackson, Sean Taylor, Cam Chancellor, guys of that sort, they would have been, more fan favorites than the Robertsons, the Derek Carrs, the Morgans, the people that we have, the Del Pitts, the people that we have now. I will not be getting Del Pitt, and I was super excited to have him, right? I'm like 6'3", almost 99 everything, 98 speed. And it's like, you know what? Like, I don't see why anyone would be upset at this guy. He's 99 hit power, 99 pursuit, 99 everything. The guy is phenomenal. He's a goon. Who cares if it doesn't say Sean Taylor up there? He's a goon. But like I said, I can admit when I was wrong. So, I woke up, seen the golden tickets were out, and I went ahead and I went to my head to see what his average price was, and it said, I don't know, 700 at the time or whatever he was going for. And I'm like, okay, awesome. I'm going to wait for his price to come down. Probably snag him later on tonight around 500K or something like that. And then I looked at his traits. I looked at his traits. This golden ticket is not good as if someone made a Sean Taylor or a Troy Palumalu or something like that. Let's go over his traits. Okay. Clutch. No. And if you guys don't know, clutch trait does make a huge impact in fourth quarter in those late games. I've had several conversations about this with Zan, and he has said that like a stock out route will be getting cooked and opened all game like a smart out route. The guy will go to it 5 or 6 times throughout the game. Late in the game, though, that clutch factor, they will try that same thing that they've had success 4, 5, 6 times on, and they will jump the route. They're clutch. They play a little differently. It's just a trait that, if you have it, you will notice the difference from not having it. Is Grant's Delpit clutch? No. High motor. High motor is obviously, you don't want your players giving up. You want them giving that maximum A+ effort throughout the entire play. If they get blocked, you want them to go to their second move, their third move. You want them to be able to get off the blocks. You don't want them to give up. You want that high motor. You want the swim move to get stuffed, you go to the bull rush move. That gets stuffed, you go to the swim move. That gets stuffed, then you go to a bull rush or, whatever. You just want them not giving up. You want constant moves of rotation, of trying to get free. You want to be able to, if the play is on all the way to the opposite side of the field, you don't want them, because sometimes you'll notice some players, they'll literally just walk. They'll just walk. Like, I'm not going to, some players, they'll hawk them down from the complete opposite side of the field. High motor. You're not giving up. Just big boy, big boy, just enthusiasm and going all in. Is he high motor? No. LB style. He is a coverage linebacker, right? His trait. DL swim move for Grant Delpit. No. DL spin move. No. DL bull rush move. No. Strips ball. No. Plays ball in air. Thankfully, he at least has this. Aggressive. So, more often than not, that trait, you should see him, go for swats, go for picks, jumping. Now, mind you, all these things are computer-based, right? Computer-based. Meaning, if you user him and you get on a block, you can perform a swim move because you can manually, input that to happen. This is all computer-based, how he plays, on its own. But the biggest thing was big hitter, no. 99 hit power. 99 means you cannot hit any harder than this guy. 99 hit power, big hitter trait, no. So that means this man will never, ever. And don't you dare sit here and lie to me. I play enough Madden. I know for a fact it will never happen. He will never go for a big hit on his own. Won't happen. The only way it will happen is if you user him and you trigger the big hit, because you can do that manually by flicking the right thumbstick, and you can create that animation by yourself. Or if you click onto him, let's say if there's a smart in route over the middle and you have him playing in this wonderful game that we love of John Madden football, there can only be one user. While there's 11 people on the field. 11. So you can only user one person. You can't just have all your D linemen swim move. You can't just have everyone hit sticking of. I mean, you could if you get the right personnel. But I'm trying to say is you can't do everything by yourself. You can only user one player. And he, unless he's not your user, that 99 hit power is minuscule. My very last gameplay. Now, remind you, he was going to replace Derwin James. Right? This guy right here was going to be replacing Derwin James for me. And let's just go over Derwin James. Let's go over Derwin James' traits. Because I'm like, you know what? Delpit is 1 inch taller. So adds a little verticality more. 1 inch should be able to make him a little tougher to pass the ball around or over just because he's a little taller. Same speed. So I'm gaining an inch of height, and I'm gaining, I'm not gaining, but it's the exact same speed. But let's take a look at the traits. Clutch, yes, for my main Derwin James. Derwin James, when the games matter the most, he might make a play that he wasn't making for the first 3 quarters of the game. It's a possibility. At least he's built in him where he might jump a route that he previously just wasn't doing earlier on in the game. High motor, no. So him, Del Pitt, they just don't give a damn. They get blocked, they get blocked. They don't, they shit. It is what it is. They don't have much toughness in them. But he's a coverage linebacker. DL swim move, yes. DL bull rush move, yes. DL spin move, no. So he's not going to trigger a spin move on his own, but swim move, swim and bull rush is yes. So if he's blocked or if you block him, he potentially might be able to get off a block with a swim move or something like that. It just adds something that Del Pitt's never going to be able to do. But big hitter, yes. Plays ball aggressive. Strip ball, no. He's not going to go for a strip on his own. Now, you could trigger the computer to do these by themselves if you go on ahead and you just put aggressive tackling, right? Aggressive tackling is going to force your computer to go with the big hit animation as much as possible, right? More often than not, they're going to try to go for a hit stick and they're going to try to break up passes, force fumbles, and things like that. The problem with that is you get a lot of broken tackles. You do. Like your Deion Sanders, your guys that aren't built to really hit like that, they're gonna have trouble landing those tackles. They're gonna attempt them, but they're gonna have trouble landing said tackles because that's not their play style. You shouldn't have Deion Sanders coming down trying to hit stick Derrick Henry. It's just not a smart thing to do. But you can trigger Del Pitt to go for hit sticks more often than not with tackle aggressive. Again, you're just going to have to deal with broken tackles. He will not trigger a big hit on its own. My very last gameplay that I've uploaded, I have one coming tonight, but I'm talking about the full game that's just to hold on to the ball. I don't try to juke. I don't try to spin, stiff arm, all that stuff. It's just not part of my game because I'd much rather be safe. And I feel like for the most part, most people are on conservative. To me, there's just no real benefit to going on aggressive or normal or balance, I should say, just because the being able to fumble. I've seen way too many games. I'll watch a stream, and for every amazing air truck I see where they got an extra 65 yards, I see 2 fumbles, and I see them lose the game because they check down on a drag route instead of getting tackled at the 1 yard line and being able to continue to drive and win the game in the final seconds. They get cracked and fumble and lose the game. Like I don't want to lose a game because I fumbled. But that's just me. But anyways, I feel like most because I rarely cause fumbles and I be cracking people. And I haven't forced that many fumbles this year because I feel like most people they rely on the stopping goals, which is very effective. You can do it to a human. You can definitely psych out the computer by stopping going. You can throw off their pursuit angles and whatnot. So I just feel like the benefit it benefits you way more to just be on conservative. But anyways, that play that Derwin James made isn't a play that happens often because I don't face people often where they're not on conservative and I'm actually able to make them fumble. But still, that hit stick that made him fumble could possibly lead to an incomplete pass because, he did it on its own. I didn't need to click on. I didn't need to be able to make the play myself. I have help. And you want to build a team around players that can help you do these things by themselves. Let's think of it in like 2K. Like, if you get Dennis Rodman on your team, you have faith that he's going to be able to box out and grab a rebound on his own, right? You don't want to have to click on, get in position, grab the rebound yourself, because if you have to do that every single time, what's the point of having Dennis Rodman? You want to be able to have players that can do things for you to help you out, right? You want to be able to have the Ray Lewises. You want to be able to have the Aaron Donalds, the guys that can create havoc on their own without you needing to, because you can only control one player at a time. And I never even thought about the traits being a factor. I looked at the traits of like big hit, no, like well, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to stay. I'm just as good as he looks. I'm just going to go on ahead and I'm just going to stay with my Derwin James. Derwin James has clutch factor, and he has the big hitter trait. He's going to be able to by himself lay the wood. Now, there are going to be times where I click on and I hit stick with Derwin James because he's, in the vicinity. And Del Pitt would have had the same factor, the same result. Field and make something. 99 hit power with no big hitter trait just means that 99 hit power you're not going to see unless you put tackle on aggressive or you click on and hit stick yourself. And again, the more players you have doing that by themselves for you, the better off you are. The Night Train Lanes, the Sean Taylors, the Ray Lewises, the guys that give you that by themselves are able to have a little bit extra value over the guys that can't. So maybe I was wrong. Man, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about the traits. The traits alone it will have me not going with Del Pitt over Derwin James, because Derwin James will lay the lumber on his own at any given time. Del Pitt will not. And I was looking forward to him. I was wrong. These golden tickets may be as bad as what people are saying they are. Even if someone came out with a Donald or they came out with a Night Train Lane and they're not the speeds you would like, at least they have the traits that they're going to be able to give you everything. The swim moves, the bull rush moves, the hit sticks, the play ball aggressive, everything. Some of these cards might not. And it's just, unfortunate. Unless, again, you can trigger the animation. Like Dwight Freeney has the bull rush move trait. No, he does not have it, right? But if you take a look at my last gameplay, he had several bull rush animations because he has the ability to allow him to do that. El Toro is going to instill in him the ability to do that. Where if Montez Sweat doesn't have bull rush move, or if he doesn't have these things, that's fine. I can just slap El Toro on him, and he's going to have a bull rush move. You can slap double or nothing, and he's going to be able to get these animations where ordinarily he would not. It's just like slapping Hall of Fame Deadeye on a shooter. Now they can, like I've seen my team. I see Yao Ming out here, Jorge Mirasan draining half-court shots. Well, he's got the badge to do so. It gives him the animation. He can now do it. Anyways, let me know your thoughts and opinions. I feel like I was wrong, man. I'm a pass on everybody today except probably Derek Carr. And now we're looking at the AJ Brown, the Morgans, the Robert Woods, the Mike Evans. Is this the worst stack of golden tickets ever made? These traits are looking pretty bad, man.